remember I was doing demolition work on a floor in Cumberland, and this little tiny girl who must have been about 4 years old starts peeking over the stairs. And then she runs downstairs and you just hear her scream, "Mommy, there's a lady doing carpentry!" It's just like... My name is Sarah Lescault. I am a carpenter, and I'm also a certified professional dog trainer on the side. Most of the time I've been known for either my art or actually being the daughter of Fat Andy's, which is the lumber mill over in North Yarmouth. And ideally I'd like to be known for going and making a difference in a business that's dominated by men and bringing a little bit more female power into that business, and really striving to make sure that during that process I'm looking for quality and treating my employees fairly, and building a business that I can be really proud of. I think Portland, Maine's biggest challenge is climate change. There's a lot of industries affected by climate change, including my own. Sourcing materials has been continuously more difficult and expensive, which has often priced us out of the market in some cases. You look at lobstering, you look at forestry, you look at agriculture, and it's all so dependent on our environment. And especially in Maine, I feel like we take pride in our environment and the beauty that it has, but also that it has the power to give us an income. It has the power to provide for our families, and it's changing really rapidly. We've seen loss of certain types of species of wood that we can't get anymore. You see the quality of the species of wood that we bring in for hardwood flooring is decreasing. And then we have a neighbor who's into lobstering. So this has been one of the worst seasons that he's ever seen. And I also run a farm with my husband, and the pests have been out of control. The weather has been wild, and you can see it really starting to make more of an impact. So I think, looking at 5 years down the road, that's going to be potentially bigger and bigger of an issue. I think Maine's greatest asset is the environment and the beauty of the state. Our environment here offers a huge variety of resources, outdoor beauty, and also the opportunity for having an income. My dad is at the nice age of 70 getting his master's in forestry and learning all about that, and starting to learn about sustainable harvesting of the forest there, and setting up a program so that he can take some land and nurture it, make it better, and also harvest lumber from it, which is kind of nice it's coming full circle from where we install a finished product, and now he's growing that product. I'd like to see Portland, Maine change in gaining more accessibility to a variety of types of people, adding some more diversity to it, but also affordability for people who are not high income, for low income and middle income. I've seen a lot of people be priced out of the neighborhoods. Growing up here, I watched a lot of people my own age who can't afford to come back here because it is so expensive to live in this area, when once upon a time this was a cheap area to live in. And our parents' generation, they all have houses here, and if we want to move close to them, take care of them, we can't do that anymore. We can't afford to live in the state unless you have a really successful business or if you're really lucky. My favorite local restaurant is Brickyard Hollow over in Yarmouth. My favorite outdoor spot is actually Skyline Farms. So thoughts on what makes women's leadership unique is we see the whole picture of what's going on and looking at the future, not just what's in front of us, what's the right now, but that what's right now, what's in the future, and how can the past inform that future, but also the little details that I feel like sometimes get forgotten otherwise. I decided to make Maine home, partly because I was raised here, but as I mentioned earlier, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to 14 different countries, lived in different countries, and there is something really special about Maine. Its people, its environment, the beauty of it, and there's nothing that feels quite like it.